Hello, welcome to part 3 of Service Monitoring, Charts, Alerts and Remediation. In today's session, we will go through setting up of services for remediation. Today, we will walk through how one can define rules that will help services grow vertically. When I say grow vertically, that means how a CPU can be added when the CPU utilization goes high to a service, or how a CPU can be removed when CPU utilization is underutilized. It's We can also add memory in the same fashion as CPU. Next, we will go through a demo which will show how we can define the policies and how these policies gets triggered based on the metrics. To demonstrate vertical scaling, we have logged into Cloud Lifecycle Management using End User. We will click on Monitoring Policy and see how a new rule can be added. Once on Policies page, we will click on New Rule. Let us give the name for new rule as Demo Addition of CPU. Since this is vertical scaling, it can be either addition or removal of CPU. Based on the metric we define, the action will be triggered. Let us define a metric, say CPU utilization, that goes greater than or equal to 95% for 3 minutes. In this case, let us perform an action, and we can select an action that says add CPUs with server restart. When I say with server restart, that means a CPU will be added and the existing server will be restarted. We can also do a hot swap, but for which we will have to do some configuration. This will be shown in the later addition. Let us set add CPUs with server restart. Once we have a action to be performed, we have couple of options to be fulfilled. The first option says number of CPUs to add to each server at a time. That is at least 1, 2 or 3. How many CPUs needs to be added when the metric is breached. We can have maximum number of CPUs that are allowed per servers also defined. This means at max a server will be allotted 8 CPUs, after which even if the rule is triggered, CPU will not be added. And finally, how long to wait before this action should be performed again. For this kind of rules, we should give a sufficient time of 15,000 minutes or 1500 minutes so that CPU utilization gets normal. Along with vertical actions, we can also have a notification. This will also send alert to user saying the vertical action has been initiated. For now, we'll just deselect this. Apart from addition, we can also have a action that says remove the CPU from server. These kind of rules would usually do a good job only if we have rules such as less than or equal to, say, 50% for 100 minutes. What this means is our CPU has been underutilized for less than 50% for more than 100 minutes. In this kind of scenarios, we should go ahead and say remove CPUs. Again over here, it says how many number of CPUs that needs to be removed from the server at a time, and how many number of CPUs should be there on the server at a time. If this is defined as say 10, then number of CPUs on that server cannot go below value 10. For purpose of demo, we have already created similar rule and executed the same. Let us cancel this rule and see if the other rule has been triggered. There is a rule called as demo CPU add. I just click on update rule to show what has been defined. Over here, depending upon the CPU utilization, we have added a CPU to this rule. Let us see in the activities if this rule is being executed. Currently, the rule has been set to deactivate. Let us go to activities. In the activities, let us select the action all. Yes, we can see this rule has been executed at least once. That means a CPU was added to this service at least once. Let us go back to policies. In this way, one can add vertical scaling rules to a service. With this, I'll end the demo for this session. Thank you.